Welcome to this session of the Ancestral Healing Summit. I'm Lisa Bonis, your host, and my guest for this session is Dr. Beth McDougall. Our topic today is how ancestral healing manifests in health challenges. Beth McDougall, MD, is founder and medical director of Clear Center of Health in Mill Valley, California, where she specializes in helping patients with chronic illness and neurodegenerative diseases. She's advancing a new medical paradigm, one at the intersection of medicine and contemporary physics, to transform the practice of medicine. Her soon-to-be published book introducing this paradigm, Your Pristine Blueprint, The Missing Key to Longevity, Reversing Disease, and Radically Transforming Your Life, addresses how this larger context can lead to profound health and well-being. And I'm so glad you're here with us today, Beth. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. My pleasure.
Yes, me too, because you and I have spoken before, and I know that your work it's genuinely groundbreaking. So I'd love for you to sort of start us off by sharing some of your theories on health and disease so our viewers get to know you a little bit.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, so my theories are based on, of course, my medical training. So I've been a medical doctor for the last 23 years, but it was always oriented very holistically. And then I have been diving more and more deeply over the last 15 years into the study of physics. And that has really informed my thinking about what confers health and what causes disease. And a few things that really influenced my thinking were just the understanding that we live in a field of energy and information. And not only do we live within it, but it lives within us, and we and everything else in our material reality emerges out of this field. And so we're all literally part of this one beautiful sea of energy and information. And one of the other concepts that really influenced my thinking was this concept that matter's not static, including our physical bodies, but really matter is truly forming and annihilating trillions of times a second. And when I really started to grok that, it just brought up so many questions for me. Like, well, if that's the case, like, how is that actually happening when we are these complex multicellular beings? We have 37 trillion cells, each with billions of chemical reactions happening every second in a coordinated manner. So how is it that we're possibly forming and annihilating trillions of times a second? And I feel that it is our bodies are templated, and our physiology is orchestrated by a blueprint that creates our physical form every trillionth of a second, and also has the data set to orchestrate our exquisitely complex physiology. And our health depends on the degree to which we resonate with that patterning blueprint that I believe exists at the quantum level and is informing, this kind of the pattern of these vibratory interactions that manifest as our physical form. And really, I think about how the egg from our mother and the sperm from our father inform that blueprint. And there's so much more that informs it as well. The imprint of our soul, for example, and even astrological influences at the time of our conception and birth. But when you think about how our parental influences inform this blueprint, and our blueprint is literally responsible for forming our body every trillionth of a second, that really makes me think more deeply about how everything that has happened to each of our parents, and then everything that's happened to their parents and their parents and their parents, very much informs our health, because every single thing that happens to someone has an energetic signature associated with it, and that reverberates, within the field of the individual. And so I do a lot of things to help restore resonance with the pristine blueprint, but but because it's the topic of today, I'll just talk about how much work I do with clearing ancestral patterns and these kind of energetic signatures that are reverberating within a person's field and affecting their health.